Welcome back. You're still watching Prime News on 3. Let's continue with this. Thousands of passengers at Cape Town International Airport were severely affected by fire earlier in the day. It affected network and IT services, including airport Wi-Fi and other essential systems. International departures were suspended as a safety precaution, while incoming international flights were diverted.
The fire has affected the systems, which helps us to board the passengers, do passenger screening and all that. That is why we had to halt the services. We had to halt the operations for the safety of the building, safety of the people as well.
And this delay is impacting a lot because there's a lot. I have to go work. Yes. And so now I have to stand here, no further communication or update whatsoever to let us know as to what is going on, what will happen after the long wait.
And so when I got here, they said we were delayed with an hour, which is better than I expected. Because all over on the internet it said flights are suspended. International flights will not be leaving today.
It has a negative impact on my planning because now costs on the rental companies, on the accommodation, the delay. So it's a bit frustrating, but at the moment there's nothing that we can do.
In other news, some residents of Westbury and Coronationville in Johannesburg say they cannot tolerate the intermittent water supply to the areas any longer. They took to the streets this morning, blocking roads with rocks and tires. According to the residents, they sometimes get water for a few hours and other days their taps are dry.
Just hours after Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi announced that there are plans underway to deal with the water crisis in the province, a handful of residents took to the streets. They say the inconsistent water supply to Westbury and surrounding areas is affecting their daily lives.
What should have been a temporary resolve, water tankers, has become a permanent situation now. I'm starting to suffer from a spinal problem because of having to collect buckets of water from the road.
It's affecting us very bad. Because like it is, you have to walk 1, 2, 3, 4 streets to fetch your water from a borehole.
It's almost a month that we have no water. It comes on at night, only now this week. It comes on at 10 o'clock and by 4 o'clock in the morning it's off again.
The ward councillor in the area has shifted blame and shares the same sentiments with residents.
We are now dependent from what the city gives us to work with, and water tankers are unfortunately what we have to work with. So they'll dispatch water tankers, of which we as councillors, by the way, have to manage.
In a statement, Johannesburg Water says the constrained supply to its commando system continues to impact the water levels at Crosby and Brixton 1 reservoirs. Nerea Hlakotsa, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Still in the city, the race for Johannesburg's top job is heating up. Several candidates have already put their hands up to contest for the heart and soul of the city. This is despite numerous service delivery challenges. The race is expected to be fierce for what is considered a jewel in the crown for any political party. Candidates will have a mammoth task of seeking to revive a weary and disheartened electorate.
The water supply and infrastructure crisis, service delivery challenges, potholes, hijacked buildings and governance issues are just some of the challenges that are plaguing the city of Johannesburg. Those who are wrestling for the position of Johannesburg mayor will have to deal with these problems and fast. Several political parties are eyeing the richest city in the continent and have announced their intentions to wrestle for the position. Former Western Cape Premier and DA Federal Council Chairperson Helen Zille believes she has what it takes to turn Johannesburg around with the skills and experience.
We will not let Joburg's taps stay dry. We won't accept brokenness as the new normal. We will wrestle our city back from the criminal mafia and return her to those who love her.
Action SA's Herman Mashaba is hoping to make a comeback to the city, this time around under the banner of his own party.
I'm stepping back into the ring to take back our city. Not for spectacle, not for drama, but because this city needs a fighter who knows what it takes to win.
Enter Kenny Kunene, who is unfazed by his competitors. The deputy president of the Patriotic Alliance says he knows and understands what needs to be done in the city.
I am the man for the job. I am the man to be the mayor of Johannesburg. I'm very decisive, and I understand that you need to deal with the cause of the problem, not the effects of the problem.
For the ANC, the executive mayors of all metropolitan municipalities and secondary cities will be appointed by the national officials, taking into consideration the issue of gender representation at all levels. The official opposition, the MKP, told SABC News that the party would field its own mayoral candidates at the right time, whilst the EFF says perhaps it's time they fielded their own candidate for the metros. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Let's look into this now. Major General Johan Boysen and members of the Cato Manor Police Unit have never acknowledged that they may have killed innocent people in cases of mistaken identity, including 16-year-old Kwazindlovu in 2010 and ANC branch chairperson Qinisani Pala in 2011. This emerged during the Nkabinde inquiry from the testimony of crime scene reconstruction and ballistics expert Lieutenant Colonel Chris Mangena. He told the inquiry that in several incidents, members of the Cato Manor unit would first eliminate their targets and then manipulate the crime scenes to create the impression that they had acted in self-defense.
Findings in paragraph 4 is during my observation of the 22 crime scene cases, I noticed some inconsistencies in the statement submitted by Cato Manor members and what was on the crime scene photos. I also noticed some similarities on different crime scenes, which created suspicions. The following were noticed. The statements submitted by Cato Manor members were written in almost the same manner and were inconsistent with what was noticed on the crime scene photos. The same modus operandi was noticed in many cases. In 22 cases or crime scenes reconstructed, 25 people were killed, including one member of the Cato Manor. In the 24 people killed, 21 had firearms next to the body. The allegations are that the deceased were shooting at them or attempt to shoot at them, and they shot back in self-defense.
Thank you for staying with us. A chairperson of the Southern African Development Community SADC Ministerial Committee on Health, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, has called on African leaders to play a central role in shaping the region's health priorities. He emphasized that the new health agenda for Africa is not about rejecting partnerships, but about shifting from dependency to greater autonomy and strengthening local pharmaceutical production and capacity.
We cannot have a healthy economy without a healthy population, and we cannot sustain a healthy population without a robust local economy. The statistics driving this paradigm shift are stark and demand our urgent attention. We currently import over 90% of our pharmaceutical products. This dependency is the single greatest vulnerability in our health security architect. We know that we are the biggest consumers of pharmaceuticals like antiretrovirals, but we produce none of them.
Well, on that note, it is now time to check in with the weather desk for the latest forecast. Let's see if we should expect more rain, sunshine or winds over tonight and tomorrow. It's over to the weather desk.
Thank you very much and a very warm welcome to the weather desk. Time for us to look at those conditions over the country. We're going to start looking what's happening for tonight. It is going to be a cloudy night over most of the country. We're still expecting widespread showers and thunder showers over that interior of the Eastern Cape, becoming scattered as we move towards Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, all the way into that interior of the Northwest. Isolated over Pretoria, stretching all the way into Limpopo and also Mpumalanga. It is going to be a cloudy night as we move towards the mother city for tonight. For tomorrow, we see rainy conditions over Cape Town, although just isolated over that coast, stretching into the adjacent interior. Also expecting isolated showers and thunder showers as we move towards Mpumalanga, stretching into that low belt of Limpopo, stretching all the way towards KwaZulu-Natal. We're still expecting a cloudy day for tomorrow over most of the country, especially over Gauteng, stretching towards the northwest. Now, looking at our warnings for tonight, we're expecting up to level 4 warning of severe thunderstorm over KwaZulu-Natal, stretching into Free State, and also those severe thunderstorms over that interior of the Eastern Cape. We are talking possibilities of heavy downpours and also possibilities of strong damaging winds, hail, and also lightning. So please, let's be careful over those areas. Overnight temperatures, it is going to be a cool night over most of the country. Remember, it is going to be a cloudy night over South Africa. 12 over Sandland, 17 over Upington. Johannesburg dropping down to 14, 21 over Musina and Palabra. Durban expecting a high of 29 for tomorrow. Also expecting a warm day over Johannesburg with a maximum of 27. Hot conditions over Musina and Palabra with an average of 36. 30 over Upington. Remember, we have those isolated showers and thunder showers over Cape Town for tomorrow, meaning that it will be raining during the day. It is a cloudy day over Cape Town. We're expecting a high of 25. Calvinia at 27. Bloemfontein also expecting a warm day tomorrow with a maximum of 27. That's all the weather I have for you. Stay tuned.
And that's it from us for tonight. Tomorrow we make way for cricket action. We do hope that you enjoy that match. But alternatively, let's meet again next time. Have yourselves a lovely, lovely night. God bless.